Welcome to the B. Lenore Show. Here, we will discuss lifestyle, beauty, celebrity gossip, and current events in our own way, my way, B style. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Well. Hello, lovers. I am back, y'all. I am back. Hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for being here on today, on this afternoon, this glorious Monday afternoon. Okay, it's glorious because we get to see it, but it's kind of gloomy in my town, okay? And let me say this, y'all. I've been down bad, okay? I've been down bad since the last time I saw y'all. I just didn't tell y'all, okay? I've been down bad. And when I went live on Friday, actually, I hadn't been to work Thursday or Friday or today because I've been down bad, y'all. So keep me in your prayers. Everything's going to be all right. But some days are just rougher than others. And the last week has been a little rough. Okay. So forgive me for not coming out here sooner. But I'm here now. All right. And again, forgive me for being late today. Today, I pushed off the live a couple times because I was actually trying to get more information on something. And we'll talk about that in a bit. I hadn't heard back yet. But I'm still moving forward with the content that I do have. Okay. So let me see who all is here today. Hi, Shirley's Divorce Papers. I know she was here early, so I don't know if she's back, but I hope you come back soon. Hi, Shirley's Divorce Papers. Hey, Miss HLS. Same with Miss HLS. Hi, Just Me. Hi, Entrepreneur. Hi, Sanders RN. Hey, Jackson Tabasco. Let's see who else is here. Hi, April B. Sonia's white muscle t-shirt. When did she have that on? Did she just have on a white? I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. And I definitely don't want to see that so close to Halloween. That would not be good. Like, I'm going to see enough skeletons over the course of the next month anyway. Why the hell would anybody? I don't want to see that. But anywho, hi, Sonia's white muscle t-shirt. Hi, the Elite Diva. Hi, Just Nikki. Hey, Shelly928. It's the Rocks is here. Hi, the Real BB. The woman he chose is here. Hi, Primo Wanda. Hope you're doing well. Hey, us seniors need love too. Yes, we do. Dimples Wimples 504, minding business. I'm minding my business and some of theirs, and theirs too. I mean, this way, see, this is why you become a content creator. Because actually what Nyla says is true. I mean, being nosy pays. This is the only time you can really be nosy and people really won't. I mean, they might have a problem with you being nosy, but they're not necessarily going to judge you for being nosy because it's your job to be nosy, right? If there weren't nosy people in the world, we'd have no investigative reporters, bloggers. We wouldn't have talk show hosts. We wouldn't have a lot of shit out here. We wouldn't even have therapists. We wouldn't have doctors either, okay? Because you got to get all up in people's business and snoop around in it to solve shit, okay? So I I am happy to be in everybody's business. Okay, I am. Hi, Tanya B. Did I say hi to you, girl? Child, forgive me. Hey, sister from New Jersey. Okay. Hey, make it rain. How are you, messy, sassy, Chi-Town CPA? 3 minutes, inmates, peep, Sonya freaks. Child. Anywho, Sanders RN, did I speak to you, sis? Hey, son, Sanders RN. Y'all, this is how I'm crazy. I just came out here. We ain't been live 6 minutes. And I forgot who I've said hi to and who I haven't. Hi, Trust in My Destiny. Hi, that girl. Hi, my Belle. Hey, Beverly Pierce. Hey, Rodney Devo. How are you? Just Act Shar. Thank you for being a member for 2 months. Hey, sweet tea. All right, y'all. Well, let's get into Hey Prominent Woman, Overcomer, Sound Check Annette, Bella, Clutching My Pearls. Damn it, y'all. Y'all kill me. Hey, y'all kill me. All right. So, hi, everybody. Moderators, please, please, please say hello to the folks in the chat as they come in so I don't get dogged out too much for skipping people. It's not my intention. Hey, let's talk about it all. Okay. That's what we're going to do, sis. That is what we're going to do today. All right. So, anywho, again, forgive me. I know I got these things I need to get done. Y'all just I don't want to hear shit about it. Okay. I don't want to hear shit about it. If you really want to get cussed out, I don't want to hear shit about it. Okay. I don't want to hear how pale I am. I don't want to hear how raggedy I look. I don't want to hear shit about it. Or you would get cussed clean out on today. Okay. Actually, probably not. I don't give a damn today. Anywho, all right. So look, y'all. I want to talk about this book by Kim Porter, allegedly. Allegedly, these are the diary notes, not necessarily the book notes, but diary notes from Kim Porter's files. Okay. Now, there are a few reasons why I want to talk about it. One, because it's at the forefront of everybody's minds right now, right? And I did buy it, even though I don't buy it. I bought it. You know what I mean? I don't believe it. I don't. There are reasons why I don't believe this book's validity at all. Okay. And I will explain why that is in a moment. I want to make sure I pull something up though before we get going here. I should have had this up and ready. Don't y'all come for me today. This ain't the day. I'm trying to tell you, this ain't it. This ain't the day to do it. Okay. Hold on. Shit. Y'all. Damn it, man. Okay, hold on 1 minute, y'all. Sheesh. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, baby. Yay. All right. Won't God do it? Okay. So I want to show a couple of things, but we'll get to it in a second. I just wanted to make sure I could bring it up. And looks like I can. I'm good. All right. Bam. Okay, good. All right. So here's some of the things I want to talk about today. Hi, Cam VC. Hey, Butterfly 23. All right. So as I mentioned, I purchased the book. There is a new tell-all, allegedly, that Kim Porter wrote. These are supposedly diary notes. Initially, when this was first thrown out here, let's just be clear. First of all, did y'all hit the like button? Damn it. Okay. Look, hit the like button. Okay. That's the first thing. All right. Okay. Thank you. Now, when this information was first told, when there were some bloggers, Tasha K being one of them, I want to say there were a few people that received a few pages or excerpts from said book. Because if you all recall, the thought is one of the reasons why Kim is no longer alive is because she was supposedly writing a tell-all. That part I do believe. I do believe that Kim was planning to write a book. That part I do believe. The parts I'm having some trouble with is, now I understand they're saying that, okay, let me go back. So initially they said that people had received pages from the memoir, the unfinished memoir manuscript that Kim had put together. Okay. As time went on, and we learned that there is a book and it's 60 pages. Okay. So supposedly it's 60 pages. And these are 60 pages from Kim's book. It got switched in the last week or two. In the last week, now I heard for months about this. I mean, when we say months, I mean probably for the last year nearly. Okay. About Kim supposedly writing a book. In fact, people were hearing about it before the last year, not too long after her death. There were a lot of suspicious things that happened around Kim's unaliving, and no one really seemed to believe that she passed away from pneumonia, especially in 2024, especially someone who was apparently healthy prior, especially someone who has access to the best medical care there is. It is very hard to believe that people out the blue, out of nowhere, are dying from pneumonia and pneumonia alone. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. We got some in the chat, okay? I'm none of those things, but I do have good common ass sense, okay? And what I do know is, do people die of pneumonia? Sure, they do. But a lot of times in 2024 or 20, at this time, she passed in 2018. But let's just say in modern day, okay, in the last decade or so or longer, you tend to have pre-existing issues, and the pneumonia is a result from those issues, maybe. And then if it develops, then you're in trouble. Am I wrong, Sanders RN? Okay, I know you ain't got that RN in your name for no good reason, sis, because you know you are the resident medical professional over here at Club V. Okay, you are. That's it. That's all. Okay. Lexi is one of the attorneys on or paralegals on record. Okay, Eve B is an attorney on record, and Sanders RN is the medical professional on duty. Okay, all right. She is on call, and in the chat she says you're right. Okay, I thought so. Okay, especially a rich ass black woman. Okay, and maybe even if she doesn't even if she's not rich per se, everyone around her is. Okay. And I don't believe that she just died all willy-nilly off of from pneumonia. Okay. I'm not going for it. Hey, Zenso. Hey, Queen Black. Hey, Black but not bitter. Okay. I'm not going for it. It's just, I'm not going. So people have heard things about that and have questioned it. I'll Be Sure in particular has come out here many times talking about Kim's death and there being an issue around it. He did this. I mean, when I say he was adamant about letting us know that that woman's unaliving was just that, unaliving, that she did not pass away from pneumonia, okay? That he felt in his heart that something had transpired, okay? And he said this for years. Honestly, he said it for years until he out of nowhere, and I'll never forget this, y'all, but he out of nowhere went into a coma. As a matter of fact, I remember when Kim passed in 2018, it was right before the BET Awards. Al B. Sure had just done some little skit in preparation for the show because he would Tisha Campbell and Tashina Arnold were hosting. This was, I want to say, their first year hosting the BET Awards. They did a little skit with Al B. Sure that took place at the beginning. So, they filmed it, days prior. And when the award show happened is when Kim passed. And I don't think he made it to the actual show. But I remember that standing out. I also remember him feverishly out here telling us that Diddy was behind it somehow, some way. Okay. All right. Now, wait, Kim's from Columbus, Georgia? Really? Wow. Okay. Didn't know that. So, when he went into a coma, he came out of that coma, I want to say months later. Like, it was like they thought this man was going to go on to glory. Okay. They thought he was done. All right. And when he came out of that, miraculously, when he came out of that coma, he came out with a different attitude. I'm not going to say his attitude changed, but I did not hear him speaking on Kim's passing anymore. And I understood why. Okay. Him going into the coma he went into, for me, legitimize everything he said prior to going into it. Okay. So I was already right there with it. Okay. That's where I was. Please hit the like button. Okay. Hi, Queen Diva. Welcome. All right. So, nevertheless, oh, you know what? I don't know if, Zenso, I don't recall. I do think her body has obviously it's been embalmed, but if nothing else, but I don't know if she's cremated or not. I do remember, well, we'll talk about this too. When the medical examiner who was on the case initially, he said that, hold on one second, y'all, something's in my eye. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. So he initially, when the passing happened, whoever saw her, because she passed away in her home, is what I understand. Okay, and she had been treated by a doctor or someone, and they came to the house and they pronounced her gone there, right? And they said it was that she had passed away from pneumonia. And then the medical examiner did the autopsy and came back and said this was not a natural death. He made a point to say this actually appears to be a homicide. He said it was a homicide, that she was poisoned, or it was not a natural death. Okay. He was then removed from that case and another examiner was put in place, okay, to handle the case. And the records got changed to her passing as an accident, okay? And if that wasn't enough, that medical examiner, who was, I think, in his 60s, which is young, he died. Any questions? He died. Okay. Now, they are saying, and I'll look it up too, but I want to say they said he died of a heart attack or natural causes. Okay. So, would you say so? Hey, Mitri for reals. They did allow her autopsy to be released. Yeah, they did. They did. So the first one who named the situation, not the examiner on site, because somebody on site will say, we pronounced the person dead, and based upon the fact that they have been treating her for you know for sickness, what did we say? Child, brain fog. What did I just say? What's it called? Pneumonia. Shit. That the pneumonia, they just, so what'll happen a lot of times, and I just know this from my own experience. So, for instance, I had a cousin who was dying. She was at home, right? She was in hospice. And when she passed away, they say that there's a nurse that was there, and I don't know who else has to come and do this, but they were like, okay, well, she took her last breath, she passed away. It's all legit. It did nothing seemed like was any foul play or anything, and so they just kind of go with it, right? But who's to say somebody couldn't take someone and smother them? You know what I mean? Even though they're looking to pass away, someone could still have their life taken from them prematurely. I mean, isn't that possible? And a lot of times you may not know about it because they already knew that the woman was sick. So when they send it off, there's a medical examiner who has to go through and double check and do an exam, right? And when he did the check, he said this was not natural. This here was not natural. This is a homicide. The woman was poisoned. There's foul play here, right? He got removed. Someone else got put in place, and the person in place is the person who said it was an accident, or not accident, that it was pneumonia. Okay. Then that first one died. Okay. Now, I don't know if he died of just natural causes or a heart attack, but in either case, people they know a way they can do it. They can kill people without anyone sort of detecting it, especially poisoning over a period of time. See, the medical professional is in the chat. The medical professional says, increase of potassium can cause a heart attack as well. Some things can look like another based on playing with the body's chemistry. So that is an issue right there, right? So we know all of that. Then here comes I'll Be Sure talking about it, saying how all this shit is weird and crazy. Kimora Lee Simmons also concerned, but Albie in particular, I know Albie in particular was very, very, very concerned about the shit. And then when he found himself sick and in a coma, when he came out, he didn't talk about it anymore. But it was loud to me that Diddy had tried something with him, allegedly. I don't have any proof. And Diddy, you be wasting money that you already don't have to sue me. Okay, so you can try it. You can't get blood from a turnip, my nigga. So go for it. But my belief is that not only did he have something to do with Kim's passing, but that he also has something to do with that medical examiner's passing. And I also believe that he has something to do with the poisoning and coma that I'll Be Sure found himself in, which is also what leads people to believe that he had something to do with Jamie Foxx as well. All right. Okay. Jamie Foxx, and I'm just going to touch on Jamie. We can come back to Jamie some other time, but let me say this about Jamie. I felt that Jamie, his response to his own health issue, to me, was also very suspicious and concerning, because he did exactly what Al B did, if you ask me. When he came out initially after being sick, and I don't even want to say he said it, there were people around him that said Jamie had been compromised, that someone had tried to poison Jamie. Then a statement from Jamie's people came out where Jamie supposedly, allegedly, had stated he had been betrayed by someone he trusted. Now, all we know, we still to this day, we don't really know what Jamie had going on. Did he have a stroke? Did he go into a coma? I don't know what all happened with Jamie. We don't really know the details. However, it is believed, and Jamie initially believed, that someone had betrayed him. And then, miraculously, Jamie now says something a little different. Now, I believe one of the reasons why these people come out here and say something a little different is because they are scared. Rightfully so. Okay. If you have the ability to harm my life and possibly take my life without anybody knowing how this happened, whether you're tampering with my food or tampering with my beverages or tampering with my medications or tampering with the aerosols, the deodorants, or whatever else I am utilizing, and I don't even know where to look. I don't even know how it's happening. But I know in my being that this is this situation is the doing of someone else. And I suspect I know who it is. If they are that powerful to do that, and they have that type of access, if they are so powerful that they could allegedly shoot someone in their face while the person is looking at them do it, and a crowd, a club, a nightclub full of people, okay, are around to see it, okay? They're all around to see it, and yet nobody says he did it but the person who is the victim, and he gets off. If the person who does things like that and can walk away scot-free and other people go down for them, it's hard to trust. If the person has potentially unalived people who were considered their enemies, and possibly folks who were considered their best friends, allegedly, if they could be responsible for unaliving those people and walk the face of the earth decades later like shit didn't happen, then I get it. I'm going to be scared. And if you try to unalive me to teach me a lesson and you don't succeed, I am going to be very concerned if I have loved ones and you threaten the lives of my loved ones. Do you think a person who is potentially capable of unaliving folks in broad daylight, okay, and still get away with it? Nobody knows anything. No one's even been arrested for these unalivings, really. Okay, it took decades before Keefe D really was taken into custody. Okay, decades. And Keefe D, I'm sorry, who is the person who is a eyewitness to the unaliving of Tupac, who was supposedly in the car of the shooter who pow-powed Tupac and Suge. He's telling you what happened then. He's telling you who sent them to do whatever, and still nothing happens. I'm scared. I'm scared. Okay. So that I bring that up, okay, for that reason. Now, all of the shit I just told you, I could have written it down and took all the stories of all the people that I've read about who know of Diddy, the people who the medical reports, the news stories, the articles written on the subject. I could compile all that data and interview people who I know personally, who know Diddy, who have had dealings with Diddy. I could gather all of those things that I just shared, and I too have a typewriter. Well, I don't have a typewriter. Ooh, child, you know I'm old. Why did I even say this? I have a typewriter. Okay, okay. I have a laptop. Okay. I have a full-blown computer. Okay. I have internet service. And I have an Amazon account. So if I wanted to take all of those stories and take all the blind items that I've heard and all of the different, chats and things that discuss all these details, I could have put them all in 60 pages too and published them on Amazon. But I didn't. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. But I believe someone did. Okay. I believe someone did. Um Again, thank you, Just Ask Shar, for being a member. And hi, Miss Lady. Hi, V and chat. Hit the damn like, please. And thank you. Okay, so please do that. Thank you, Miss Lady. Thank y'all for being members. All right. Okay. So, long story short, I bought the damn memoir. Well, it's not even a memoir. Again, I think that the title, and when I say title, I don't mean the title of the book. I mean the description of the book. I believe that the description of the book, now going from manuscript or memoir to diary, is for a reason. Okay, it's for a reason, because you got to be careful with that. And what we are now learning is that the person responsible for publishing it is actually, what's the man's name again? Let me see. Not I want the author's name that's on the actual book itself. Hold on. Because mine is set to deliver but by 4:30 today. And it hasn't gotten here yet, damn it. Okay. It has not gotten here yet. Okay. Where's my book? Oh, shoot. Anyway, it's Jamal T something. If you guys know the man's full name, it's Jamal T something. Okay. Jamal T whatever. That is the name on the book itself. And I should have had the screenshot of the thingy. I'll pull it up before we get out of here. Jamal T, whatever the name is the person who published the book. Now, funny enough, though, the other night, Millwood, thank you, Overcomer. Jamal T, Millwood, thank you, Attitude and Tylenol. That's it. Jamal T, Millwood. That is the publisher of the book, because Kim is the author. Remember, she's the author, but Jamal is the publisher. Now, the other night, when we finished our live, I don't know, was it Friday? I think it was Friday night. When we finished our live, I snuck over there and got all up in Nyla's business, okay? And Nyla was discussing said stuff, regarding Diddy. Okay, like everybody is out here. We're all talking about it. Okay. And unexpectedly, Jamal happened to be in the chat. Okay. Jamal was in the chat, honey, and Jamal wanted everyone to know that he had published said diary of Kim's. Yes, he did. He wanted us to know that. Jamal did. And so Jamal asked for a link, and Nyla obliged him and dropped the link. Okay. And Jamal clicked the link. All right. Now we didn't see Jamal's face, but we heard Jamal, and we were very clear that Jamal was not a Jamal. Okay. Jamal was not Jamaling. Okay. When he clicked that damn link. Now, Jamal admitted that his name was not really Jamal. Okay. Jamal then proceeds to tell us that his actual name is also not his actual name. That Jamal's name is actually Chris Todd, but that ain't his name. And the reason why he goes by these different names, because Chris is really his middle name. It's not really his name. The reason why he does this is because people have tried to sue him. Why, sir? Why? You know what's funny? I just think this is a great tie-in because he was asked when he received this information about Kim, and he claims he has seen, not only has he received this information in the form of a junk drive with her story and all of her intimate details she wants to share, the 60 pages or whatever, that it came from a celebrity, right? Some well-known celebrity put the drive in his hands, okay? And that's when he decided to go through it. He wanted to be careful to X out certain things for legal reasons. And then he published it. Okay. Now, he was asked, at any point, was Corinne Steffens mentioned in the book? And he didn't know who Corinne Steffens was. But that's okay. He doesn't have to know who Corinne Steffens is. He doesn't have to know. But I would think that someone that's so engulfed into the culture and understanding this great culture that we're looking at here and the people involved, that you might have heard of a Corinne Steffens. But he wasn't familiar with her by her name, Corinne Steffens, nor was he familiar with her nickname, if you will, Superhead. He wasn't familiar with any of that. But I bring that up because Corinne Steffens wrote a book, which she's written multiple. Okay. I want to say 3 in particular that were focused on her experiences as a video vixen. She has a book that she wrote 20 years ago called Confessions of a Video Vixen. And when I tell you, that shit is a page turner for your ass. In fact, I didn't even get the hard copy, okay? I have the audio book. You want the audio book. And when I tell you, I have not heard that book one time. No, I can't lie. I cannot lie. I will not lie. I won't do it. I can't lie to you. I am saved. I will not lie. I have listened to that damn audio book at least 4 or 5 times. At least. I used to be on the road a lot. So it was, look, you get the audio book, it's like 8 hours. It's 8 hours of material. Just the first one. Honey, if you don't get no book of hers, get that first one. The second one, I felt like it was watered down a little bit. But that That first one has some shit in there. Okay. All right. She said some things. And I bring her up because Corinne Steffens named every damn star in hip hop from the 90s and 2000s, and most of which are current, if not humongous names to date. Okay. She named everybody and has never, ever been sued. Now, I say that because Mr. Todd, Mr. Chris Todd, says that he's had to change his name many times. He's had to change it because people come for him, and they threaten him, and they go to sue him. So that is why he hides and he ducks and dodges. Okay, I reached out to Mr. Todd to let him know I was doing this live today. So, Mr. Todd, if you want to click the link, I am more than happy to respectfully have you on. I just got questions, sir, because some of this stuff doesn't make sense to me. All right. Especially how you came to have these pages. All right. That for me, it doesn't sit well. It doesn't make sense. None of it adds up. Everything that I've heard about this book so far are stories that we've heard over the years, with the exception of a two or three salacious stories that I've heard thus far. Now, one of which includes I'll Be Sure. And in the book, I'll Be Sure specifically says that I'm sorry. In the book, it is alleged, so maybe you all don't know this, but I'll Be Sure was a record executive, right, for Def Jam. I want to say it was it Def Jam or Uptown? He was an exec. I should look this up. I should have known better. But he was an exec at one of the labels that Puffy first went to work with, right? So Uptown is where he started, and he was an intern there initially. He was under the tutelage of Andre Harrell. And many don't even remember this or don't recognize, because I'm hearing people say, well, how is it that Heavy D has such influence over Puffy? And people forget, don't y'all do know that Puffy started out as a backup dancer, right? He was one of the boys. No, legit. He was one of Heavy D and the boys. He was one of the boys. That Heavy D, with his sexy, melodic, handsome, talented ass rappers who could dance. His big ass could move. Okay. All right. Yes, we are having a whole lesson. Okay. And look, this ain't even a hip hop lesson, because I'm not a hip hop person. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't tell. I would never ever, as much as I know music, as well as I know it and love it, I would never be one out here to tell you that I could name the best or the worst rappers or any of that. I don't know a lot about the underground rappers and that culture. I look, you are very mainstream by the time I hear anything about you, okay? But when I hear about you and you're mainstream, if I like you, I like you. And Heavy D, I liked it did him. Okay. I liked it did him. I did. In fact, I had a little crush on him. Okay. Because Heavy D was fly. He was cool. He was articulate. He was smart. He could act. He could rap. He could dance. He just was that dude. Okay. I love me some damn Heavy D. Well, Diddy was one of the boys. Okay. Black Without Bitter said you met him 17 years ago. When I tell you, my heart was hurt when he passed away. My heart was hurt. Y'all remember when he used to be on Frank's Place? Y'all remember Frank's Place? Huh? No, not Frank's Place. He was on Rock. Y'all remember Rock? He was a trash man on Rock. He was one of Rock's friends, I believe. But anyway, I love me some Heavy D. Okay. And Heavy D mentored Diddy and introduced Diddy to Andre Harrell and kind of put him in place. Heavy D eventually became an executive at Uptown. All right. All of these people that mentored Diddy, now again, we can't prove none of this, and people gonna die regardless, right? They're gonna die whether we help them do it or not. Okay. But it's very interesting that a lot of people have passed away around Diddy. A lot of people. Okay. Heavy D being one of them. All right. I heard Gene Deal say that Heavy D was one of the only people that he knew that could get Puffy in line. To me, that makes me think he could have done something to him. Okay. Because to me, it sounds like there's things Heavy D never would have been cool with. And if Heavy D stepped in, it was going to get shut down. Because let me tell you something. A leader doesn't have to be in position to lead. All right. A leader is respected regardless of their position. Okay. Even if they are the janitor in the building, a leader will always be acknowledged and recognized and respected for being that thing. And so I say that because that makes me believe that Heavy D might say some shit that Diddy probably wouldn't like. So that could have been a reason why Heavy left the world when he did. I don't know this to be the case. This is all allegedly. I am just simply saying what had happened and what I think. Okay? I don't know. All right? Then, yes, Andre Harrell passes away as well. Mm-hmm. There was somebody else that passed away in that mix who, well, I'm not even going to get into it. So, anyway, there were things said in this diary. And one thing in particular that was said of the diary or in the diary was that there was a situation where Al B. Sure, who, by the way, Al B. Sure was involved with Diddy. I'm sorry. Al B. Sure was involved with Kim before Diddy. But Diddy knew when they were together. Let me say that again. Diddy and Al B. Sure were friends. I want to say Al B. Sure actually mentored Diddy as well. Diddy has a habit of setting his sights on women that are already attached to the men in his surroundings. Whether it's people he liked or people he didn't like. I don't know if it was a game. I don't know if it was a sport. I don't know what drove him to do it. But this man often would select a woman who was already taken and then start taking them. Okay. This happened with Kim Porter, who was with Al B. Sure, and they share a child, Quincy, who is the child that that Diddy claims as his son, even though it's Al B. Sure's son. And there's no denying that. I don't think they ever really needed a birth a DNA testing for that one. No, I think it's safe to say that baby belongs to I'll Be Sure. Okay. Quincy just looks like I'll Be Sure to me. Now, maybe he looks like someone else to everybody else, but he looked like I'll Be Sure cloned himself, okay, and put himself in baby form inside of Kim, and she just birthed it, okay? Hell, did Kim even birth him? I wonder, did I'll Be Sure birth that boy, because the boy looked just like him. You hear me? That boy looked just like him, okay? Now, he's with Kim, just like, by the way, Cassie was with Ryan. What's old boy's name? Ryan Leslie, who was also a producer who worked with Bad Boy, who was friends with Diddy, and Cassie was dating the man. They were an exclusive couple, but Diddy had to have her, so he tricked her and got her away from Ryan Leslie. And okay, y'all heard that? Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Okay. So that was my Diddy contact. And he has no comment, which I get it. When I tell you that this contact was so close to Diddy, that he probably can't comment. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that everybody is under investigation at this point. Okay. So the person can't comment. So I get it. Okay. So I just thought, let me just, that was him. Okay. Okay. So that's that. All right. Now, Diddy had to have Cassie took her from Ryan Leslie. Diddy had to have Kim Porter, took her from I'll Be Sure. Diddy also had um now I don't know if this was game on Tupac's part, but what's her name? Kadada, the Quincy Jones' daughter that Tupac was dating when he passed away at the time of his passing. She used to date Diddy too, they say. You see what I'm saying? All this, they say allegedly. They say that also allegedly that Faith Evans was over there doing things with everybody too. Allegedly. Such as Diddy, such as Tupac. A lot of shit. A lot of sharing and shit. Okay. And just a lot of pass around happening. Okay. So Diddy gets his eyes on people, and he, it's a sport for him. So he got to take them from I want to say that's probably the same situation with 50 Cent. 50 Cent's baby mama, right? She too, they're saying she was a sex worker, right? All right. Look, Miss Lady, I got my thoughts, child. I got my thoughts. I got my thoughts. I think they were working on that. I got my thoughts. I got my thoughts. I got my thoughts. I got my thoughts on that one, Miss Lady. All right. So I say all that to say Diddy has Kadada. Yep. Kadada Jones. That's right. So, Diddy has entered the chat. Diddy, you took 50 Cent shopping, he asking him to go shopping. Okay, Diddy. Diddy has entered the chat, y'all. Who fuck all these comments from these other people? Diddy, you tell me what happened. Now, Diddy, I just want to know, are we on a global tel link? Are you, I mean, how are you doing this from federal custody, Diddy? How is this going down? I need to understand this. All right. Did you hit the like button, Diddy? Diddy, did you hit the damn like button? Because I will make sure you get handled in there if you didn't. All right. Diddy, he don't want no smoke from me. Oh, okay. All right then. Anywho, so now, why am I bringing all this up? In the book, supposedly, I'll Be Sure and Diddy come together and they talk about having a threesome with Kim. They obviously discuss it before Kim is entered into this conversation. And it is stated in the book, allegedly, that Diddy says, we've all been together sexually, but not all together. Which leads one to believe that Diddy was intimate with I'll Be Sure. Okay. And then proceeds to say, I'll Be Sure and Kim and he went on to have an actual threesome. Now, Kim thought about it, questioned both of them to see if that's what they really wanted. And then they went into it. They got into it. Okay. Okay. That's what they had said. All right. I'll Be Sure has posted to his page, and I actually have it. I want to share it with all of you. Okay. I think it's important that we share it. Let me. Is this it? Oh no, not that one. No. Is it that? No, it's not that. Oh, okay. Let me there we go. Hey, I'll Be Sure. Hey, honey. Okay, so hold on. Is this the one I want to start with though? Do we want to start here or here? Okay. Let's walk through some of Albie's recent posts where he's discussing this stuff. And all that has transpired recently. So let me share my screen. Please, everyone, if you wouldn't mind, please hit that like button. That gets me in the damn algorithm, please. Before I bring that up, though, I don't want to get too far away from some of your comments in here. So let me look and acknowledge these before we get into this other stuff. Hi, S. Marlene. I'll Be Sure wrote Forever My Lady by Jodeci about Kim when she was pregnant with Quincy. Absolutely. Absolutely. I remember, oh, that just gave me chills because I was pregnant at that time too. So I remember, and let me tell you this, I played Jodeci like it was an anthem. Okay, the entire damn album I played religiously throughout my entire pregnancy. And Forever My Lady and Come and Talk to Me, those were my favorites. Okay, and I was pregnant, and when I had my baby, The only thing that would calm him down was me playing Jodeci Forever My Lady. I'm not trying to be funny. If he was, because he was very fussy, he was colicky. And the only thing that would really settle him down was listening to damn Jodeci. Okay. So, anywho, so yes, you are absolutely correct. Thank you, S. Marlene, so much for the super chat. And thank you, Harriet Timmons, for being a member. All right. So, let me see. I saw some other stuff in here. Yeah. Yeah, go watch it. Diddy is the scrub in school when he got money, act like he is the man. We all know those guys growing up in high school. That's Diddy. Probably. Probably. Would you say yes? Quincy is the spitting image of his biological father. No DNA test was needed, baby. Oh, really? And they had the same birthday? I did not know that. That's his twin for real, y'all. That child looked just like his daddy. Ain't no way around it. Um, Let me see. What else do I see in here? Per street speak. Thank you, Nandy. Diddy took him from Albie Shore and their son for how Albie Shore allegedly treated Puffy as an intern. Scorpio rules revenge. Wow. A mess, a mess, a mess. Um, okay, what else? Okay, so no, I forgot about I forgot that Lori Harvey and Diddy dated. Didn't she date one of his sons first? She dated Justin first, and Diddy took her from Justin and then went and double dated in Europe with her parents, his peers. He and his peers vacationed in Europe, and their youngest child, or I don't know, is I think maybe Winston is younger than her, but nevertheless, Marjorie's youngest child was dating a man the age of her damn near the age of her stepfather. And they were on a double date. Y'all not gonna tell me ain't something with that, okay? I is what it is. All right. So let's get into what Albie has been saying on his page about all this foolishness, okay? And I'm going to get down here. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let me get down here, okay? Let's see what Albie has to say. I think he's waiting. Make sure people are getting on. Come on, Albie. Talk to us.
Peace and blessings. Grand day to you, your family. LB just sending love and light and abundance to you, your loved ones. Stay in prayer. A lot going on in the world. Love and appreciate you for the prayers. Love and appreciate you for being you. And I wish you nothing but health, wealth, which are the same, and nothing but success in your movement, your navigation. And I got nothing but love for you. You already know. Um, just popped on to say hello. Organs are working well, being healthy, lots of water. Post medical crisis visits are working out well, getting back to health and wellness, things of that nature. And just checking in with you every so often to let you know that I am truly honored and grateful for the prayers, the well wishes, things of that nature. Y'all know what it is. You know exactly what it is. Um, it's all, it's all money earning Mount Vernon from the heart to you, every part of the globe. Um, hey, listen, you know what? I have an idea. I just thought of something. I wasn't going to mention it, but I think it's appropriate to do so. Um, if you have an opportunity, everybody that's here, this is something very significant to my heart. I want to say thank you for rocking with me on this journey um, through the coma, through 38 days on a ventilator with my mother sitting outside of her hospital door, not knowing if her son was going to be alive, um, being intubated on a ventilator, like I said, answer D, all the above. Um, I've had an amazing opportunity that's I want you to visit albshore.net, if you can remember this,
Come on, Al.
albshore.net forward slash
Hmm.
legacy gala 2024. So that's albshore.net
Hmm.
forward slash legacy gala 2024. I need you to join my team. Um, it's something I'm doing amazing with the American Liver Foundation. Big shout out to the American Liver Foundation and what you do for the community and what you're about to do and our partnership and things we're going to do to cultivate, create the necessity and implement having equal access to quality health care, things of that nature. As you know, that's my whole new life. Listen, I'm not trying to sell records. I'm trying to uh, strangle the old version and the old software of exclusion and unequal access. So we want to have equal access to quality health care at the highest level, whether it's transplant, whether it's
Al, I thought
any
this
type
was
of
the
medical
different
anything.
live.
We should
Baby,
all, no matter where your decimal point might be,
you gonna make me
we
move
should all
on,
have the
Al.
same opportunity to live. There should be no Miss Johnson next door who's got a
Look, building block said Albie is going to talk to y'all ladies a full night and day before he gets to his point, honey. Baby. Okay, Al. This is not your secret garden right now. Okay, baby. We need to get to the point. Okay, hurry up now, Al. Come on, baby.
choose between her rent, her medicine, or dying. That's really those are the options at some point. You know, being forensically a forensic study nowadays related to this healthcare system, we have a lot of work to do. I'm not going to be able to get it all done myself as it relates to the time I may have here. Because listen, when you get a transplant,
Al, I'm gonna let y'all listen to that that post from Al.
What the fuck?
When you get a chance. Okay. Now this is what Al posted regarding pages from the book. Okay. So he's showing pages from the book, and I'm gonna read what his caption says about those pages. All right. He says, Peep Gang, for over a decade and a half, I've been posting about and tagging random law enforcement agencies in hopes to protect loved ones, avoid deaths and tragedies that could have been avoided. Despite this, I have been ignored, ridiculed, and medically silenced. To cover up these crimes you're all now aware of by a very aggressive PR team and costly campaign to silence and physically harm me. Hold on, I want to pull it up. And physically harm me from exposing. It only aimed to prevent me from further sharing publicly the facts and insights. At Lady KP, as in Kim Porter, shared with me during our frequent and intimate conversations in her selfless attempts to save my life by sharing frequent plans to do harm and possibly by ending my life. Okay. This is directly from Al B. Sure, who says he received this information directly from Kim. I believe this for several reasons. Okay. One, I do believe that Diddy went out of his way to take him from Al B. Sure, right? Not only take him, but to take his son. I believe that if this man did cause harm to Kim Porter and countless others, and most specifically, I'll be sure as well, one is to believe that Kim probably had an idea it was coming or that he was going to try it. And I believe that Kim would talk to him. I also believe that a lot of what Quincy probably knows about his relationship, or I'm sorry, about his father and mother's relationship, and Diddy's relationship with his father are bits and pieces. I believe Quincy probably doesn't have all of the information. I also believe that maybe Kim and Al both refrain from saying all but so much to Quincy out of fear that Diddy might do something to him. And while I do believe that Diddy has love for all the kids, Diddy's love is not the type of love I don't think any of us would really want, because I don't know if it's love at all. Because a man who loved all of these kids wouldn't do the things he's done to their mothers. And I do mean all of the mothers have been physically harmed. I don't know about Chance's mama, but definitely Kim, definitely Justin's mom, Misa, and definitely Cassie, definitely the other women around that partook in some of these situations. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't put his hand on Carisha. I just think she's more inclined to fight back. But I do believe he is that type of person. And I believe that it's possible that Kim and I'll be sure were very careful about how they handled Diddy, because Diddy had such a grasp on Quincy. I think that Quincy may see Diddy's efforts in his life as generosity and love. I mean, he's helped pave ways for him to have a career in music as well as in acting. He's helped guide them. He's exposed them to a lot of things. So that can sometimes be confusing. And a kid might think that is love, that he does love me, when in fact it could be a matter of him not knowing all of the details. Okay. Now, there's a part of me that says that he probably knows some things, and there's probably a lot more that he does know that people don't recognize that he knows. But when someone's brainwashed, I don't know. I don't know how much they really buy into what they're seeing, what they're hearing, what they're learning. Okay. So that's one of the things I want to make a point to say. Let me go to the next. Those are, like I said, those were some pages from the books. Now the next post, which I just shared, more pages from that book. He says Miss Porter's missing devices, allegedly already in evidence, unquestionably contain the critical evidence that have been concealed. I'm convinced that evidence corroborates closely with details outlined in the recently released public indictment document. Additionally, it is pertinent to note that the individuals involved in this matter may also be connected to also concealing the alleged murders of several prominent artists, a situation that has left many bewildered, yet those who are immersed in the culture and familiar with the intricacies of the entertainment industry may have a clearer understanding of the obvious. It is with a heavy heart that I reflect on the legacy of our beloved Lady KP. It is truly disheartening to think that those she considered close friends and those were financially compensated by her perpetrators may have conspired with the perpetrator to obscure the truth and tarnish her name, my name, and her unfinished book notes with these ridiculous and unfounded narratives. The absence of Miss Porter leaves a void, depriving her of the opportunity to address these inaccuracies personally and to share her own factual memoirs detailing the brutal terror and madness she endured. Check all who text messages of those who serve in a PR capacity, as they have I can't even talk, brilliantly and underhandedly crafted his fictitious story to service a personal vendetta. There's more. There's so much to unpack. Unfortunately, I'm the only survivor by the blessings of a medical team that initially gave up because of multiple system organ failures, septic, intubated on a ventilator for 38 days, and forced to visit death's doorstep. But the God I serve and worship had another plan. Keep in mind that this is just the G rated version of what I endured over a decade plus to silence the OG. I also kept forensic records of every individual who was sent my way to set me up, track me, gaslight me, and allegedly cause harm to my system. That shit is wild. Okay? That shit is crazy. Do you hear me? So there's that. Okay, now let's see. There's another post. Unfortunately, Kimberlina was taken from us way too soon. And before she could complete her true thoughts before this fake, unauthorized edit released on Amazon, which the disappearance of her computer and vital evidence raises significantly more questions. It is evident that her potential to expose the realities of her personal abuses, being drugged, the sex trafficking, and the human trafficking she was privy to, akin to the brave actions of Mrs. Cassie Ventura, posed a threat to those profiting from such heinous activities. In a nutshell, Kimberly was allegedly taken from us because she was set on course to accomplish what Mrs. Cassie Ventura did the by igniting, I believe he meant, the bonfire, which brings us here today with the audience, or I'm sorry, with the avalanche that has brought Satan to their chambers. Let us honor the memory of Lady KP acknowledging the strength, struggle she faced, and the truth she sought to reveal in her own personal notes, not this fake, unauthorized nonsense using my name to keep dragging me as social punishment for exposing this years ago. There will be significant suit. I think he means there will be a significant suit headed right for the heads of the responsible parties who dragged my name into this bullshit. Okay. Kim and I talked right up to a few days prior to her demise. She was in good health, and I think he meant we're in such a great friend space, reminiscing about old times and celebrating news of our son's accomplishments. No affair, just great friends. Warriors for Kim Porter. We must continue to advocate for justice and ensure that every one of the individuals who conspired against her are held accountable and prosecuted to the highest extent of the law. Now, with that said, let me like it. Okay. Let me like it. And then as you can see, this is a clip from when Al was actually in a coma. Child. So I'll be sure says here in this post, I forgave you before coma, and I thank you after coma. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. I've returned to advocate and be of service to my transplant family here in America and around the world. So I say all that to say, Al Be Sure says that this book is a lie, that there are things in the book that did not transpire, that he does not agree with, and there's so many details that are missing from what Kim would have been able to share, would have put out. Okay. And I believe that. I believe that and let me go back. So as I stated, I reached out to the guy, the Chris Todd, who is not really Chris Todd. Okay. I reached out to him, send me email, let him know I was going live. I got questions about his book, how he got it, why, look, I got questions. And one of my main questions that makes me doubt the legitimacy of the book anyway is he keeps saying that a celebrity, a well-known celebrity, put this thumb drive in his hands only so he could go out and publish it under a fictitious name. Why would anybody need to do that? Even if a well-known celebrity wanted to get these notes out, why would they go to him? Like, we don't know him. We don't know him at all. Okay. He's saying someone well-known gave him the stuff. I don't buy it, sir. I ain't going. I don't believe it. Because if they gave it to you because you're this trustworthy, you're this reliable source, you are an established source. If that is the case, sir, why did you post it under a fictitious name yourself? You already told us that Chris Todd is a fictitious name, that Chris is your name, like your middle name, but Chris Todd isn't your full name. Okay. Got it. So why create another name? Also, why the name Jamal? Jamal Millbrook? Was that what it was, y'all? Jamal T. Millbrook? Chris, why? Why did you choose a name that sounds very ethnic specific? I personally don't know any white Jamals. There are some somewhere. I personally have never met one. Okay. Just like I personally haven't met a white Tyrone. That's neither here nor there, sir. Okay. Um, I'm just asking, sir, why did you go out of your way to pretend to be someone altogether different? You said that the T stood for Tupac. Why? Why is that? What's Tupac got to do with Kim's book? I'm just asking. I mean, even if he said he wanted to get rid of him, what does that what does the T? Why did you name yourself Jamal T. Millbrook? I'm offended by it, sir. Actually, I'm offended. I'm offended because if you're gonna post it under a fictitious name, stick with the fictitious name you already gone with, Chris Todd. Okay, because I don't understand why change it when you went out of your way to come and make yourself known. You said on multiple platforms where people were actually blocking you, didn't believe you, but when you got a chance, you got up on Nyla's platform and you made a point to let us know who you are. You're Chris Todd. That name you just made it up. Why? I'm offended by that shit. I don't understand why no one else is, but I am. I'm offended that you went out of your way to mock not only the life and death of this woman. Okay, let's be real clear. That's the first thing you did. The second thing you did was you came out here and lied about how you got this information. I believe this is me, Chris Todd. This is my opinion. I believe that you weren't being honest about that, sir. I also believe that there's a chance no one gave you anything. I feel like you compiled some stories, some urban legends, um, just rumors that we've all heard a lot of, and then I think you sort of contrived some of it based upon just your hypothesis about what was going on. That is what I believe. I don't understand why you are going to come out here and tell us you're Chris Todd, but you published it under a different name. Either A, you didn't publish it at all, or B, you just straight up and down can't be trusted at all. Because I don't know one celebrity that would go out of their way to find you, sir, to post this information. Anybody can create an Instagram account. They can create their own fictitious name and publish a book on their own. They could have had a family member, a friend, or no one for that matter. Anyone could have done this outside of you, which makes me think, sir, no one gave you this, and that you compiled some stories. And I think you want the attention, you want the credit because someone is getting the financial benefit. The question is, if you, in fact, publish this on behalf of some celebrity, are you giving the money to the family? Do the kids? Does the estate? Are there people who are benefiting from this outside of yourself? Make it make sense. If you're about getting the truth out, surely you would not be taking a financial benefit from this. And if you do, it should be very small because you didn't have to write shit. right? Let you tell it. You didn't write none of this. You didn't author any of this. Okay? You slipped up a couple of times. Hey, little pressure. You slipped up a couple of times over there on that panel with Nyla, because one of the first things she asked you was something like, it was something like, so Kim wrote this or something like that. And he said, supposedly. And she was like, supposedly. And he was like, well, yeah, I mean, I wasn't there. She didn't give it to me. So I have to say supposedly. Like, he slipped up a couple times, I felt, and made statements that just didn't make sense. And if you look him up, there are times when he's talking about other stuff, other stories he's written, and he's been sued several times because he comes out here with these outlandish tell-alls that he says he's investigated and he's written. So he's written these ones in the past that have gotten him in trouble, which have caused him to change his name multiple times. But in this case, he's coming out telling us who he is and that he wrote it, but he didn't write it because it was given to him. So he didn't write it, but he X'd out some stuff for legal purposes. None of it makes sense, sir. None of this shit makes sense, and I don't trust you, sir. So that's why I invited you to come today. I'm sure you probably didn't get, I just sent you the message right before I went live, child. And actually, let me just check my email to see if I got anything from him. Now, that other message that I got while we've been sitting here, honey, while we was here, okay, he hasn't responded. So, while we were here, that's from the person I know that knows Diddy very, 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 very well. Okay. Now I'm not gonna, I would never say who. I already told this person I would never, ever, 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 ever say who they are. I will never say who they are. Okay. And yeah, I'm never gonna say who they are, but they didn't want to say anything, which I get it because they were that tight. I don't know if they're still that tight, but they used to be that tight for real. Okay. And what I know for sure, not because the person told me this, okay? The person didn't tell me this. I promise to God, they didn't tell me this. But I believe in every fiber of my being that he's attended a freak off or two. I'm just saying. So, that might be a reason why they don't want to say nothing about nothing. Two, they are probably, not even probably, I'm certain that the FBI has been in touch. And even if they're not cool now, maybe because on the strength of their history and the relationship they had in the past, that might also be a reason why he doesn't want to talk. But baby, when the smoke clears, hopefully he'll talk. Now that might be years down the road, but one day I hope when he is ready to talk, he will talk to me. Okay, that's what I'm hoping. Okay, but don't think I wasn't on the case, y'all. I was trying to get the business. You hear me? I was trying to get it all. Okay, now let me look. Now there are a couple other things that came up too. We're we're I don't know that, there have been people, not just Justin Bieber, but there are a lot of young celebrities that cross paths with Diddy who were questioned or people assumed were kicking it with Diddy, were that Diddy may have been taking advantage of them. And now that we have more information on Diddy's MO, I really believe these things transpired. Like, look, we saw the videos of him with Meek Mill, right? And Meek was looking like he had a rough night the night before, and he was in the pool, and he just had to stand there. And Diddy told him, "Daddy, you deserve it. You deserve it, Daddy. You've done great work, Daddy." Okay. So there's, Meek Mill. We talked about Justin Bieber. They say same with Usher. They say, almost every artist, that have crossed paths with him. But then there's, again, look, disclaimer, I told you I don't follow this hip hop stuff. Honestly, I've become more educated and informed about the wait, what? Uh-oh, wait, what now? Hold on. What's this? What's this T in the chat, y'all? Hey, Gwen. Gwen said Todd Cranes is the name Scott Disick used, not Chris Todd. Okay, so who's talking about Todd Disick? I mean, Scott Disick. Scott Disick wrote a book under a different name. What about the Kardashians? Are you talking about Corey Gamble? Oh, okay. Y'all talking about Corey too. Because they're saying Corey, that's another person, by the way. Corey Gamble, who is Chris Jenner's boyfriend, he too is very connected to Diddy. But I didn't know that until I just learned that like within the last 6 months. I had no idea. And that he used to manage Bieber. So he's like a handler. And so I think there are these people that bring these young folks around. Eh, what was the other guy from Brashear? I can't think of his full name, but he played Hakeem on Empire. They're saying that he was brought in the mix. They're saying that not only did Diddy possibly harm him, but that also Will and Jada might have. So again, this is all alleged. I have no idea. I don't know. I will also say that what's Majigger? Um, um, who else had made comments about it? About the Will Smith stuff. What's her name? Jaguar, right? So Jaguar has also been one. I had not known anything about Brashear and his connection to Will Smith until Brashear Gray. Thank you so much. I was not even familiar with him. I mean, his connection to Will Smith until Jaguar was bringing that up. But there's also this uh, YK Osiris. And so what I was going to say was my education and to the hip hop world, to be quite honest, and a lot of these artists happened in the last 10 plus years when the Breakfast Club started. I got so into their interviews. Their interviews would get me through my days at work. So I often listen to them. So there's this guy, which y'all probably know. I'm sorry, I don't know him as a rapper. I learned of him through Breakfast Club, and I want to say this interview was a little over a year ago with YK Osiris. Y'all know him. So there was a time when, okay, YK Osiris, I guess he was hanging tight with Diddy. He was hanging real tight with Drake. And this young guy, because he was hanging with them, people assumed that maybe Diddy was doing it because that's what Diddy do. He do them. Okay. Diddy do it. Okay. Diddy be doing it up. So Brashear, uh-oh, no, uh-oh. Brashear, not Brashear. Oh, YK Osiris was questioned about a vacation that he was on with Diddy. And I just want y'all to see. Actually, hold on. I'm going to share my screen. I want y'all to see when he's asked about this trip with Diddy, how he responds to it. Okay.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that. I heard about that though, but I ain't about to say that. But
What was
I ain't
it?
about to say on my.
You and Diddy? You and Diddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you and Diddy.
You and Diddy
You
what?
and Diddy.
No,
They said he was.
Him and Diddy what?
I'm just saying the rumor.
I ain't never heard this,
Let me say the
YK.
rumor. They said he was.
how you knew that? How you know that?
Now I'm about to Google because I ain't never heard this one.
Yeah, I'm saying because you. That's the nobody would ever say that one.
Oh,
Like, I'm
yeah.
not
So
saying
here
that.
goes
Envy.
They said that he said he was Diddy's boy toy.
Yeah,
What?
I was in Jamaica with him.
Oh, I see it now.
See?
I was in Jamaica
YK
with
Osiris
him.
in Jamaica with his alleged boo Diddy.
See?
Can we talk about Diddy new boy toy YK Osiris? Why you did this to Diddy, man? It's messed up, man.
Nah,
Why you even bring that up,
I'm
Envy?
just asking about rumors so he can clear it up. That's what the breakfast.
I didn't even
You
know
think he
that.
needed
That
to
ain't nothing
clear
that
that
needs to
up?
be cleared up.
Who believed
That
that?
ain't nothing to be cleared
That's why I
up.
say I don't know what happened about that. I don't know what the hell.
Oh,
They say, nah, I ain't gonna say that. I heard about that though, but I ain't about to say that. But
What was
I ain't
it?
about to say on my.
You and Diddy? You and Diddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you and Diddy.
you and Diddy
You
what?
and Diddy.
No.
They said he was.
Him and Diddy what?
I'm just saying the rumor.
I ain't never heard this,
Let me say the
YK.
rumor. They said he was.
How you knew that? How you know that?
Now I'm about to Google because I ain't never heard this one.
Yeah, I'm saying because you. That's the
So-
nobody would ever.
Let me unshare that. Hold on. I want to bring up another video. Okay. So basically, here's this young guy being questioned now about his involvement with Diddy. I want to say too that not only was he being questioned about his interaction with Diddy, but there was footage of this young man with Drake, and it looked like they were forcing him to do things, like not sexual, but things to humiliate him in some ways. So a few months later, he came out. And now I'm not saying any of these things are related to one another, but it's hard not to think that they are not related, because the young man came out months later and then sounded like he wanted to take his life. He didn't say that, but he alluded to feeling like this industry is demonic, that God would not have him do this, the things that's required to be in this business, that the only reason why he pursues the business at this point is because he takes care of his family. And see, that's the thing. A predator always understands what the motivators are. They understand what's going to motivate you to either comply with what I want, or to ensure that you're going to keep secret what I'm going to do with you. You see what I'm saying? So this is again, this is not my video. I am going to a lot of this information that I am sharing is for fair use under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes of criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Okay, so let me pull up this video. And this is YK Osiris sometime later.
You know what these rappers, all these singers, all these big rappers y'all look up to? They always tell you what the good part about, but they never tell you what the bad part. And that's crazy, man. Yeah, they got all this money, but they dealing with emo spirits. They dealing with killing themselves.
It looks like YK Osiris is finally done getting passed around the industry like an S, because he just exposed Diddy for forcing him into freak offs and making him his little boy toy. Now, there have been rumors going around.
So again, we do not know this to be the truth. This is all alleged. This is someone else's compilation. I will also make sure that I put the link to this video in the description. But let me change the playback speed on it too. I'm going to make it just a little bit faster. Okay.
over the years of Diddy turning aspiring artists into his little twinks for some years now, but people started to suspect that he was doing the same thing to YK when he flew him out to Jamaica for a secret vacation. The crazy thing is, Diddy isn't the only one who's been rumored to have been involved with YK. Word on the street is Drake might also be a little fruity and has been hooking up with YK on the low for some time now.
I want to get out this music industry because this is not for me, but I do it because I feed my family. But I don't want to be in this. This is not what God want me to do.
Okay, so if you've been keeping up with this whole mess about Diddy, then you've probably heard YK's name pop up a few times now. These rumors started back in 2021 when Diddy and YK were seen vacationing together in Jamaica. YK fueled the rumors when he posted a very seductive photo of Diddy shirtless in the pool to his IG story with prayer hands emojis. It was almost like YK was worshiping Diddy and being grateful for something. He later posted a photo of him getting a massage while he was laying down naked with the caption, "Listening to that Diddy, eating that good fruit in the beautiful weather." Not only
Now, YK, baby, I wonder if Diddy makes them say shit like this. Is that why he did it? Because I don't know why anybody would post, knowing that Diddy has the reputation that they have. Why would he even post that? But I'm thinking maybe he was told to post that shit. I'm just saying. And why would Diddy? Let me tell you something. I know a lot of musicians, a lot of them. You all know I know celebrities, but I know actual musical artists. And do you know that never have I ever been chilling with the person, no matter who they are, and they said, let me turn on some of my music. And it never happened. Never ever happened. Now they often would be like, oh, that's us, or that's me. Or, you know, if we were somewhere and the radio came on, or you're in a store, or you're in a restaurant and the music playing, or at a club, whatever, and the music comes on, then they're gonna be like, oh, okay. And then they might vibe with it because it's their shit and they're happy. But I ain't never been with somebody and we decided we were gonna play some music and they decided to play themselves. That's weird. Now, I bring that up because he's saying he's on vacation. He's on vacation with Diddy. Listening to Diddy? That's weird to me. Okay. And I would bet that if dude is getting a massage and he's on an island and he's hanging out with Diddy, Diddy is right there. And who listens to Diddy? I want to know one person who ever listens to Diddy, who says, let me turn this Diddy on, or let me turn on this Dirty Money. I ain't never heard it. I ain't never known nobody to say it. Not nobody. No one. I'm going to play some Mary J. I'm going to play some Jodeci. I'm going to play some Casey and JoJo. I'm going to play, did I say Mary? Mary and Biggie, and I'll play them. Okay, I might even play. I might play a lot of people, but Diddy is never on the damn list. Diddy might get on the list because of someone else we listening to, and he made an appearance in the video or some shit. But and he produced it. But to say that we gonna listen to some Diddy, I ain't never done it. Okay. I never heard it, seen it, or done it. Okay. But let's listen.
But he also posted this since deleted photo of him seductively leaning in to eat a bunch of fruits, which people think was taken by Diddy. A lot of people felt
it had to be taken by Diddy because he was there with Diddy doing it.
like this was really sus and accused him of being Diddy's new boy toy. One person said, I said to myself, the moment I didn't see no female or a hint towards him even
Let
being.
me tell you something so funny. CJ said, or 112. That's right. We might listen to some 112. In fact, I have been. Now look, if y'all really know Atlanta, and if y'all really ever spent some time in Atlanta in the 90s, then y'all know about Club 112, baby. Okay. So I have been at Club 112 listening to 112. And no one still said, let me turn on that Diddy. Nobody ever did it. Okay. Nobody. I'm just saying. But let's listen.
With family. I knew it was a man who sponsored the trip. I was watching all his stories of him showing himself alone in his villa, like he was not there with a woman or working or even with his family. My gut said he's acting like a female who's on a paid trip and taking photos and videos to savor the moments. I thought off the top of my head it was an exec for sure. Didn't know it would be Diddy. Another person said that fruit pick, sometimes they get turned out so much they stop being able to hide it. What made this even shadier was that just before the trip, there were rumors about YK being broke after he announced on his IG story that he sold all his most expensive cars.
Yes, man. I sold my Lamborghini. I sold my Rolls Royce. I sold my Cadillacs. Yes, sir. I ain't gonna lie. This thing gonna be yourself. I ain't gonna cap to you.
Now, is he the person too? Because I realize he sold all his cars and stuff, but was he the person that went and got himself a Honda? Like after this, or either Camry, like he went and got either a Camry or a Honda or something like that. And people were, I mean, there were some people that were like, oh, why you get that? But I actually, if he's the person, because I remember this, if he's that person, I believe people were saying, well, that was very practical of him. How smart. Like, think about all the money that gets blown on these vehicles that depreciate no sooner than you get them off the lot. But these folks who have access in the way that they do, they don't buy property. So, it's unfortunate that he didn't put that money into a home. But anywho, let's listen.
I got a floss for you this stuff. Nigga, God, I ain't got a floss for you this, man. If y'all gonna think what y'all want to think, if I do got it, don't got it. Y'all gonna think what y'all want to think. I love this Honda. I ain't riding for Lamborghini. I got a floss for you.
This meant that there was no way that man could have afforded that trip unless somebody else sponsored it for him. YK's baby mama made things even worse for him when she revealed on her IG story that she broke up with him after she caught him with a man in bed. She said, stop asking me what happened with my BD. I caught him with a man, okay? YK actually spoke about this during an interview with The Breakfast Club.
Now, do y'all think that's true? Do y'all think that's true? I think it's possible. I think the girl, I know a lot of times people think, oh, these women will say anything when they mad, when they break up. It's very possible that what she said was correct. Now, I don't agree with her doing that. But then again, I don't know what she was under the impression of. I don't know how if what she says is true, I don't know how she ran upon that information, how she caught him in that way. But I have heard stories about Diddy doing things with people's husbands and mates, and it's par for the course. So with everything that we know now, it's hard to disbelieve that she could have been telling the truth. But we don't know. And this is all allegedly. Okay.
But what made people side-eye YK was the way he kept smiling uncontrollably and playing with his hoodie while Charlemagne read the rumors to him. Like, take a look at this, y'all. Tell me this man was not blushing.
Diddy's Diddy's boy toy.
I was in Jamaica with him.
Oh, I see it now.
See?
Yes, I was in Jamaica
YK
with
in
him.
Jamaica with his alleged boo Diddy.
See?
Yeah.
Was you in Jamaica with Diddy though?
Yeah,
He said, yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
I was with a shawty.
All right, but Diddy was there.
No, he was a whole different.
Oh, so they just made this up?
Yeah, they made it up. Yeah.
Oh,
But see, Diddy wasn't the only one who was accused of using YK as his personal little boy toy in the industry. In fact, it's been rumored for a while now that Drake has also been getting intimate with YK. A lot of people were shocked about this because even though Drake tends to act a little fruity sometimes, they didn't expect him to actually be lying down with men for real. These rumors got even wilder when Drake demanded YK to sing him a love song on a video after he lost a $60,000 gambling bet.
I'm not good.
So watch how this happens too. Now, this is an interaction with YK Osiris and Drake. And I don't get, any sort of intimacy vibes, but I do get humiliation vibes, like bullying type vibes. But let's listen.
I ain't gonna hold you no more. I ain't gonna hold you no more.
You owe me 60 bands, and you have to perform the song right now in the crib. What are we talking about? What are you talking about? I'm giving you an out. I'm not baby. I'm not Boosie. You don't owe me no 2 rags, 5 rags. You owe me 60 bands. I'm playing the song right now. You ready? I need a full. You don't owe me no money right now. I swear. I need a full performance. So the real shit.
And let's be clear. We're under the impression at this point that this young man is broke, right? He's selling off his shit. He's got family that he's responsible for. And when we say family, it sounds like not just his kid. I don't know how many kids he has, but not just children are we talking about. It sounded to me like he was referencing other members of his family that he's responsible for. So let's listen.
I'm serious.
You just gotta be
Hey,
A lot of people felt like Drake was trying to humiliate YK, but when YK was asked about it, he said Drake was like a brother to him, and he didn't feel humiliated at all.
And mind you, Drake was requiring that he did something so that he wouldn't owe him $60,000, right? That's a lot.
Remember you had to sing for Drake?
Nah, but Drake my brother though. Like that's my boy. So it's like when we bet and gamble, like it's really ain't about no money.
Another weird video went viral of YK doing sit-ups on Drake's private jet. The video initially looked like a fun video of them just playing around, but fans noticed how traumatized and uncomfortable YK looked. He looked like he didn't want to do it, but was still going.
First of all, this looks like a fucking child, okay? I'm not trying to be... This is a little boy to me. This is a baby, okay? Now I know he got babies, but he is a baby in my eyes. Look at this damn face. This is a baby. Do you see this baby? This a baby right here, okay? So Diddy ought to be locked up for just fucking with a baby, okay? Now, this man grown and things, but he a baby in my mind. He looked like a baby. Everything about this boy is a baby in my eyes, okay? He is giving me total baby vibes.
Along because Drake asked him to.
You struggling? You struggling? With them push-ups.
One person said, humiliation ritual. Some sick stuff be happening that we don't know about off camera. Another person said, this is starting to get weird. YK really looking like a kept boy out here. These allegations got far worse when Drake reposted a photo of YK with his new Loverboy haircut in honor of the release of his album Certified Lover Boy, with the caption, burnt out, you really one of one, YK Osiris. But YK wasn't done sipping for Drake just yet. He took it one step further to get a tattoo of Drake's infamous OVO owl on his leg. Child, not YK getting a tattoo of a whole other man. However, things got really dark about a year ago when he went on.
I think this should be required of them, to be quite honest. The tattoo, the hair. If you recall, I'm not saying this is true. I'm not saying it's true, but I believe it. Okay. I ain't saying it's true, but I damn sure believe it. When Cat, during his Club Shay Shay interview, he mentioned that he had gone to an Illuminati meeting, and it was he and Ludacris, and they were required to do certain things, right? And one of the things was they needed to shave their hair off. And something else, but nevertheless, Ludacris shaved his hair off. If he would be required to shave his hair, why wouldn't he be required to put a tattoo on himself? Why wouldn't he be required to put a heart in his hair? Okay. These people are required to do a lot of shit. Now pay attention to this portion, because this is when it seems like YK Osiris is having some sort of break, some sort of, I don't want to say breakdown, something. he's going through something in this moment. After all this shit, he goes live and he says this.
On an explosive rant on IG and said he was tired of being used and tossed around in the industry. He said he had no real friends in the industry who were actually looking out for him and wished he could just take his own life.
Now, and before we play it, think about what he said. He said thrown around. Others have said passed around. Okay. And it sounds like a lot of these people get passed around. Passed around. But okay, let's listen.
I just want to die. That's what I want. I want to die. That's what I want to do. I want to just crash out right now and just like this like life. I swear to God. I had to take a ride, bro. Get out my house because the demons are trying to attack me, bro. Like it's bad. Like I never cried, bro. I never fucking cry. I never fucking cry. I never fucking cry. I swear to God, right on the Bible. I'm so strong. I just never cry. I don't fuck with my daddy. All type of shit. I don't see my kids. I barely like. I'm not making money from music.
YK went on another rant where he bashed other rappers for always pretending like they serve God, even though they worship the devil, and prey on young men to stay at the top.
Wait a minute. So here's the thing, too. Well, let's listen.
I want you to do God don't want you to talk about those money, cars, clothes, and house. What makes you think it's a blessing? What makes you think that? You see, I'm gonna tell you something. They always want you to, what these rappers, all these singers, all these big rappers y'all look up to, they always tell you what the good part about, but they never tell you what the bad part. And that's crazy, man. Yeah, they got all this money, but they're dealing with emo spirits. They're dealing with themselves. They're dealing with, man, come on, man. Like, dude, like, y'all don't understand, man. Stop saying that it's a God blessing. This is not from God. This is not from God. And I'll be honest with you, bro. I want to get out this music industry because this is not for me. But I do it because I feed my family. But I don't want to be in this. This is not what God want me to do. God don't want me to do this. But I do it to feed my family. And I want to get out this. I want to get out of the music industry because yes, you go through pain. You go through this because this is what the devil wants you to go through to destroy yourself.
However, it's now being alleged that Diddy and Drake were not actually using young rappers as their boy toys because they were secretly gay, but because it's part of some devilish ritual among Hollywood elites.
Now, and I believe that is what's being described to us as well. When you think about you remember in the WAP video, Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion. You know how they show their different, there's a mansion, it's a mansion party, and there's all these different types of sex that's happening in these different rooms. I believe that shit is an example of what Kat was describing. Kat says that when he went to that party, to Diddy's party, that he saw shit happening in the different rooms. He never partook in it, but he felt like he saw what people were doing. I don't know if you guys ever saw Eyes Wide Shut. I want to say that little scene that they just showed gives me like vibes of Eyes Wide Shut. That was a movie with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. And from what I've imagined, from what I've heard, different descriptions of these types of parties and this sort of activity is much like what you would see in Eyes Wide Shut. So yeah, a mess. So let's oh, and when he said I'm not making any money from rap, he's making money, but it sounds like you make your money through fucking. Okay, they say Cassie had a big monthly stipend, and that Carisha had a big monthly stipend. And when I say big, it's from, I don't know if this is true, y'all. I certainly can't substantiate any of this, but from what they have said, it's in like, we're looking at 6 figures per month. Okay. So if you are getting paid 6 figures per month, No wonder the freak offs would last days on end. No wonder old girl would need an IV and a vitamin drip and all kinds of shit to recover after the fact. Days long. I can't look, I'm getting up in age. And I ain't got days to fook. I ain't even got hours in me. Okay. I don't have hours in me. All right. It's not even necessary. Okay. All right. I'm not trying to take you in the bedroom with me. I'm just being honest. I'm a grown ass woman and I ain't got all night. Okay. Or all day, let alone several days and several nights to the point where now I need a fucking IV drip. The hell? Are you kidding me? Child, I ain't got that kind of time or energy. Do you hear what I'm saying, Lily? I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me. It is not even necessary. Okay. I got to go to sleep. Okay. And I need to rejuvenate. Now, we can probably get back to it in a few hours, but I don't have all night and days. Okay. I don't. It's not necessary. I can't imagine what her cooch felt like. Like the right dude can have you fucked up after a short amount of time. What the hell was what? Baby. Po thing. Lily, I'm going to need some sleep in order to continue while you're fooling. Like, this is too much, okay? It's too much. But okay, let's listen.
To derive the young energy of men that they sleep with to keep themselves young and charismatic and remain relevant in the industry. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but that's what the people saying. Apparently, this is also why Diddy has been trying to get almost everybody in the industry to attend these parties. They weren't just for the freak-offs. They were also a part of his very twisted ritual for more fame and more money. And this was—
Oh, here's the other thing. Who else did they say dated Russell? Did Kim date Russell Simmons too? Now, I just heard that this week. I did not know that. I don't understand why everybody got to date the same, like all the friends is dating people. I don't get it. It's kind of like how they said Aaliyah dated Jay-Z and Dame at the same time, but selected Dame over Jay. Now, I'm assuming that was before Dame Dash's teeth were all removed out of his face. Okay. I'm thinking this was when he had teeth. But she selected him over Jay-Z. Aaliyah did. Why is all that happening? Timberland said he was in love with Aaliyah. Aaliyah obviously dated R. Kelly. R. Kelly went on tour with Jay-Z. Make it make sense.
Also confirmed by the popular psychic Sloan Bella, who revealed that Diddy had been using these young men to indulge in satanic rituals. She also said this is something Kim Porter was going to expose in that book before she suddenly passed away.
Diddy is on some kind of spree for removing people who speak about this because he's gay. That is not the issue. I want you to hear me. That's one thing, and he may have his own shame about that, and it may be culturally not right for him, whatever. Get in line in society. That is not what this is. It's not a book about him being gay. But what we're talking about here is ritualistic sexual deviancy used to harness energy of a human being. We are being harnessed, not me, not you, but the people that he's dealing with. And she became privy to this. She witnessed this. We are talking about the ritualizing, sexualized aggression directed at young children, mainly male.
Another source also said this is why YK's career went downhill after he started speaking out against Diddy.
Oh, see, now I didn't know he spoke out against Diddy. but I believe everything that she said to be true. I will also say this. I never thought that people, this is what I never recall. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I never recalled Diddy giving a damn about anybody thinking that he was gay. People have said it, they have rumored it, all of that. I never recall. Now, y'all correct me, okay? I don't know if Diddy came out here one time and said, I ain't gay. But I don't think he did. I don't think he worried about it. Because to me, I wouldn't worry about it if everybody I'm around is doing what I'm doing and I'm powerful, I'm rich, I am doing, I mean, let them tell it. He was doing it too. Diddy was doing a lot of this sleeping around and stuff to get business going too. So he wasn't just requiring people to sleep with him. He was being required to sleep with other people too. I think he learned how the sex magic, because that's what I think it is too. I think there's some sex magic happening here. I think they used sex as a form of currency. It was a form of currency, a transference of power. I think all of that came out of the sex. And so I've always felt like maybe that's why Diddy didn't give a damn about what y'all thought he was doing, who y'all thought he was screwing, because 9 times out of 10, he probably was screwing them. That person's going to lie. He's going to let them lie, but he ain't going to lie because why should he? He is empowered. And he's associating with people more powerful than him that he's probably screwing too. They say, allegedly, that CD, look, I'm scared now. Okay. That Clive Davis was his mentor. And that Clive Davis was probably having sex with him. Okay. Okay, that's what they had said. And I believe them. Because if you recall, Clive came out years later, actually years ago, when he wrote his book. And he talked about having a boy toy in the industry that he kept secret for quite some time. And I don't think it was just one. I think it was more than one. I also think that Diddy was his ongoing lover. That's my thoughts. I don't know this to be the case. Okay, this is allegedly. I don't know these people. I ain't never met Diddy or Clive. Okay, but that's what I think. But let's listen.
Destroyed his career once he started speaking out and pushed him out of the industry. One person said, "It's been said for years how big ballers in the industry manipulate young people coming in the industry with a dream. And the big boys convince them they can't get up or rich without their connection. But you have to play with me first. Sadistic." I believe Shorty. Another person said, "And it now makes sense why he was hurt and obsessed over those people no longer dealing with him, and why he wasn't actually suicidal. But he could sense that spirit taunting him, and he needed to speak on it." But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think about YK exposing Diddy for him and destroying his career?
Well, I don't know if that was an expose, but I will say this. Everything that they compiled in that little take makes sense to me. Zenso said, yep, during sex, energies are exchanged and you're connected. And think about this. And I agree with that. I know that that's the case because think about it. I remember years ago when I first learned about soul ties and how every person that you've ever slept with, every person you've been intimate with, you are still carrying their energy. You are still carrying your soul is tied to each of those individuals. And that's why it's so hard to break free from people who you have been intimately connected to, right? So I would have to believe that if that's the case with sex in general, why wouldn't it be the case in sex magic and then trying to harness energy from others through sex? Okay. Oh, I know Cindy Trim. Yeah, yes. Miss HLS said, yep, Cindy Trim has a good teaching on. Yes, that's right. There was a whole video on Soul Ties. I remember that. Let's see. Hey, Danielle. Thank you for the super chat. Did you hear that writer Touré? I have it pulled up. We can listen to that too. Say a family member of his interned for Diddy, yes, and abruptly quit because he would not sleep with Puff. Yes, he was threatened. Absolutely. Absolutely. I had heard that. I do have that. I didn't pull up. I mean, I have the video. We can listen to it. But I'd seen him be interviewed about this and talk about this last year sometime, I want to say. So it might be that clip, but absolutely. We can listen to that. Thank you, Danielle. Hey, the only A Show loves. Thank you so much for your super chat. Hey, y'all. I'm at my black job. I've always wondered if Lori really dated Diddy's son, Justin, and Diddy went behind his son and slept with her. I would have loved to know what side of Diddy she saw and Steve's reaction. Look, did y'all ever see that video of her with Diddy I want to say they were in Italy with her parents, and she's with Diddy and she's grabbing his head and rubbing his head. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I remember being 25 years old, child. 25. And me and my boyfriend had come to Columbus. I was living in Atlanta at the time. All right. So I brought this up to him recently. So it was Sherman. Okay. So I remember my friend Sherman. A lot of you guys are you're not familiar with Sherman. Sherman is a friend of the show. He and Derek, who you guys saw at the Karen White concert. Derek is a comedian and an actor and filmmaker. Sherman is a comedian. He does some acting, and he's an author and stuff too, right? Or writer. Nevertheless, I was dating Sherman at the time, and I came home. I'm 25 now. Okay. I live in a whole nother city. We happen to come to Columbus. And I was never one that would even hold hands with a boyfriend, or definitely not kiss a boyfriend. Nothing like that around my mother. It was very clear that was just not appropriate. Now, they met my boyfriends. They were around my boyfriend. My boyfriends would come to the house with all of that. Okay. Clearly, my mother knew I kissed my boyfriends. Okay. She obviously knew we were doing more than that after I got to a certain age. Right. But there was still this unspoken rule that you don't do certain things around them. Okay. And I remember I was standing in the kitchen. Sherman was sitting at the table. I told him about this last time I saw him. He never knew this. He's sitting at the table and I'm standing behind him. And I was like, standing behind him with hold on, let me move this out there. With my hands like on his shoulders. I'm standing, he's sitting. And then he was doing something like he was leaning back and he was like hitting his head back against my stomach, right? I'm not in a forceful way, not in a weird way, just it's hard to explain, but he wasn't doing nothing, right? And so when he did that, let's say this is his head. So then I just had his head like this, and I just started like rubbing the top of his head. My mom is talking to both of us. We're in the kitchen talking to her, okay? Child, that night, because Sherman didn't stay at our house. He stayed somewhere else. I stayed at my parents' house. He stayed somewhere else. And she said, don't you ever think you so grown that you just going to be rubbing on your boyfriend. I was like, rubbing him. Like, she made it sound like my mother was like really conservative, if that's the best way of putting it. But long story short, she was like, don't you be doing all that. And I was like, we didn't even, it wasn't like we was holding hands. It wasn't like we was making out. It wasn't like I was kissing on him. It was none of that. All I did was child, don't you ever do that. That's disrespectful. It wasn't until I got married that then it was okay. Like I would kiss my husband all the time, sit on his lap, all kinds of stuff. That was okay. And I get it, that's my husband. But still, I just didn't understand why she was tripping like that. Then there was another boyfriend I had like after my divorce. And we dated for 4 years. And he and I were very lovey-dovey. So I guess by this time, my mom was just like, the hell with it, you know. But I say all that to say, when I was Lori Harvey's age, at the time that she was on that trip with her parents and Diddy, and she was rubbing on his head and shit, I was blown away. Now, maybe some of y'all would have been cool with it, but I was blown away because I'm like, first of all, this nigga is old enough to be your daddy. Sis, he is old enough to be your father. And you were up here, he's friends with your father, and y'all sitting up here, and your mama's right here, and you rubbing on this man's head. Child, I cannot. I can't. I couldn't. It would never have been allowed in my house. So I don't know how they pulled that one off. Okay. Now, let me see. Did I? Hold on, y'all. Because I did want to pull up that Touré thing. And then we're going to get out of here. Because I actually have a meeting. Okay. Pull up the Touré thing. Hold on. I had it right here. Nope, that ain't it. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it was on the Jasmine brand. Okay, y'all. Let me share my screen. Shout out to the Jasmine brand. Okay. So let me. Hold on, y'all. Make it bigger.
With several people who know Diddy really
Hold on. Can y'all hear that? Wait, I can't even hear it. Shit.
give me an unbiased view of him. One of them told
Is that low?
the last time I saw him.
Hell, I can't even hear it. Hold on. Let me just pull up the Jasmine brand. Okay. Shout out to the Jasmine brand. There we go. Okay. Let me share it this way.
Diddy has been an addict for 15 years. Asked what he prefers to use, someone said, I'm sure he's on the bleeding edge of whatever it is out there that can get you.
Can y'all hear it? It's low.
I had anonymous conversations with several people who know Diddy really well. People I trust to give me an
Child, it is super low. I can't even hear it, y'all. Okay. I'll see if I can find the original. Let me go to Touré's page. But Touré did talk about this last year sometime. There we go. We saw signs of this. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's try it one more time. Come on, Touré.
We saw the signs of all this long ago, long before Puff's once platinum name turned to mud. Money and status can change many things, but they can't change who you are at your core. I say that to say this. When Puff was first becoming famous, these are the facts that we talked about. 1, he used to sneak on the train to get from Howard University, where he was in school, to his internship in Manhattan at Uptown Records. That told us that he was irrepressible, resourceful, and willing to steal to get what he wants. Number 2, after he became a successful A&R man at Uptown Records, he is widely rumored to have spat on some of his coworkers. That told us he's emotionally turbulent, driven by rage, feeling like he is better than other people, and filled with entitlement. 3, he got his nickname in childhood for having a temper, as in he would huff and puff if he didn't get his way. 4, he was the promoter at a celebrity basketball game at CCNY, where they sold twice as many tickets as the building was able to accommodate people, didn't have enough security, and 9 people, many of them teenagers, were unalived. What led to that may have been a lack of concern for people. Number 5, after he became an alpha dog at Uptown Records, creator of many of the label's greatest artists, he was fired. CEO Andre Harrell, who was Puff's mentor, who loved Puff like a son, said there can only be one lion in the jungle. So Puff's ego was way too much for Andre, even though he was by far the biggest rainmaker in the company. His ego was so big then that his boss, who loved him, told him to get out. And in the years since then, his ego has only gotten larger and larger. Puff is a man who has lived like a king for decades. His ego, his sense of entitlement, his propensity for violence, his appetite for certain things, it's all been there since the beginning. In the lawsuits from Cassie and 8 others, there's 9 in total, he's come across as violent, manipulative, controlling, and a monster. He was a young man with blood on his hands and a problematically large ego. He's now an older man, drowning in lawsuits, looking at a cosmically humbling blow. I didn't realize any of this when I put my family member into an internship with him. I didn't know. In retrospect, I can now see, the signs of a wild ego, a controlling person, an almost dictatorial person was there long ago. A person who was willing to do anything to get what they wanted. It's been there, but I couldn't see that.
Wow, Toure. Can you imagine? No, people want to put their family in good positions so that they can advance. People were putting the people they loved in the care of a monster. Some knowingly and some not knowingly. So anywho, y'all, that's all I got for now. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me on today. I got to go because I have a meeting at 6:30. And I'll probably be gone till 8:39. But I do want to come back and go live tonight and discuss some of our Nesto stuff. So please hit the like button if you don't mind. I want to thank everybody who was so generous. Shay B, thank you so much for the super chat. Has anyone mentioned Craig Mack being Diddy's first artist as of 2018? He's no longer with us due to a. Now, see, here's the thing. So I don't know that much about Craig Mack. again, all this shit is rumor, but allegedly they saying Diddy responsible for that too. Child, I don't know. I don't think he did everything, but damn it, man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But they swear he got the AIDS. He got them letters from somebody. Somehow Diddy made it happen. I don't know. Okay. That's the same shit they said about Eazy-E too, but I don't know. They say somebody made that happen. I don't know if that's true now. I don't know none of that. But yes, that's what I had heard too. So thank you, Shay B Child. I didn't know, but I still don't know. You know what I'm saying? But thanks, Shay B. Thank you to everybody here. Please hit the like button on the way out. And we'll come back hopefully later on tonight. You know, if I'm hoping I'll feel up to it. I've gotten some rest today, but and over the weekend. So sorry I didn't go live yesterday, y'all. But I got some shit to make up for. So I will be back. All right. Thank y'all, everybody here today. I will see y'all later on. Thank you to all the moderators. Thank you to everyone who became a member, who've been members, and to those who super chatted today. And know that I love you to pieces. There ain't nothing you can do about it. All right. Smooches.